Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. If you can't already tell, this video is gonna be a little different. I plan on just recording it, not editing it at all, and posting it. It's a brain dump. I need to just let out some thoughts, feelings, share some news, ideas with you. Maybe like a little mini therapy session, I don't know, but you might want to pause, grab yourself a snack and a drink, get ready to jump in because it's going to be a big one, or at least it feels like it's going to be a big one. Let's address the elephant in the room because I know, I'm calling it now, as soon as people see the title, there will be assumptions that it is clickbait. So just to be clear from the start, in case some people don't watch all the way through, no, the title is not clickbait. Yes, I am pursuing going back to the classroom. And now that I have said that out loud and put it into the universe, and by universe I mean YouTube, let's back up a little bit. I want to be clear that everything I've said leading up into this point has been accurate. When I first decided that I wanted to get certified to teach in Texas, my intention at that time was not to return this upcoming school year because, as I've said all along, I love what I've been doing. I love teaching teachers. I love getting to support them through resources, PD, my content. However, I will say, once I actually got the certification, it's almost like a switch flipped and I felt different. And while this sounds sudden and may seem sudden to you, for me, it's been something I've been thinking about for a while in terms of going back into the classroom and what that could look like. But I think my biggest reservation was the fact that I felt like if I went back to the classroom, it was in some way signifying that what I'm currently doing, supporting teachers, isn't good enough or that I didn't love it. But I've come to realize through a lot of reflection that they're not mutually exclusive. They can coexist, if that makes sense. I can love supporting teachers and doing my own thing outside of the classroom, but also love teaching. And I think I have felt this need to almost separate the two, like I have to do one or the other. And I felt similar feelings when I first decided to leave the classroom because I felt like if I left the classroom, that was in some way saying that I didn't love teaching. And I've come to realize you can love many things and just different avenues make sense for you at different points of your life. If that makes sense. I don't know, it makes sense to me, at least right now. And once I got certified to teach in Texas, it suddenly felt okay to step back into that classroom role. And keep in mind, social media is always a highlight reel, right? You're not seeing everything behind the scenes. I don't share everything with you. And I mentioned having these feelings of wanting to go back to the classroom for a while now. And I think that's due to a combination of feelings that I was picking up on and patterns I found myself falling into. Namely, I started to feel very isolated, not necessarily disconnected from education, but more so just disconnected from people. I miss having coworkers and I miss having a community of people around me that love and support me outside of just my family and friends. Do you know what I mean? And so going back into the classroom excites me because I can have that again. But also, of course, I miss just teaching, the interactions with kids, the light bulb moments, all of that cliche stuff. But I also have come to realize that I feel like right now, at least, that's where I can make the biggest impact. And I'll be honest and say that for the past, I don't know, year maybe within this whole realm of doing things on my own with PD and resource development and everything, I have felt like, yes, I'm making an impact and a difference, but maybe not to the extent that I'm capable of. And I felt like I was capable of more. And right now, with education being the way that it is, the negativity that I see surrounding it, while I think it is valid, I know it is valid, and it's been a long time coming, it's due to a lot of different factors, it makes me sad because I think back to 20-year-old Michelle graduating college, going into her first teaching job and feeling so excited and so overjoyed that I was finally making this lifelong dream of wanting to be a teacher come true. And I even think back to younger Michelle when I was 7 years old on my front porch holding school for the neighborhood kids, and how excited I was to eventually move into the profession. And obviously it's not all cupcakes and rainbows. And ooh, cupcakes sound good. I was gonna say unicorns, but then my mind went back to cupcakes. And we know that, and we know teaching is hard. But I feel like right now, with education being very different post-pandemic, but also due to a lot of factors, right? Things are always multifaceted. It's never black and white. There's nuance involved. I feel like the way I can best serve others and hopefully make education a little bit better, and in return make the world a little bit better, is by being in the classroom and just authentically sharing my experience. As I pursue going back, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. I'm going to take you along with me. I want to document this partially for me, but also partially, hopefully, for you. I want my message to be that teaching is still an incredible profession, and we need amazing teachers. And I'm not an expert. I'm not the creme de la creme when it comes to teachers, but I am someone who is passionate about it. And I'm someone who is willing to put in the work and the effort and do the best that I can to be a great teacher. And I want to be able to do that and fall back in love with teaching the way I did when I first started. And maybe that's wishful thinking. I might look back on this and go, yeah, Michelle, that sounded great, but here's the reality. And if that's the case, then that's the case. I'm going to be open and honest about it. I've done that since I started this channel and started documenting my life as a teacher. But I hope that through this experimentation of how does this fit back into my life, I want to embrace teaching while not letting go of the other parts of me, because I think that that was my biggest mistake from the get-go. I let teaching become the sole focus of my identity, and as I've gotten older, I've realized that I love teaching, but I love other things too. And you can be a person with multiple passions, and I want to be able to see what that looks like. And I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I haven't even posted this yet, and I'm nervous because I know everyone's going to have an opinion. And by posting this online, I am opening myself to those opinions. But ultimately, just as I've always done, I'm going to focus on what makes me happy, because when I am my happiest, I can show up as my best self for others and hopefully improve the lives of others. So I invite you to join me on this journey. Go ahead and subscribe so that you stay up to date. This channel is going to look different. I mean, that's just the reality. If I am going back to the classroom, I've always said when that time comes, or if that time comes, and now I know it's a when, not an if, hopefully, fingers crossed, I need to get hired first, but I will have to make changes, and I will have to go about things in a different way, because I want this to be sustainable. And the way that I started teaching was not sustainable. And I know that now, because you get older and you learn and you get wiser. So if you're excited to see how this unfolds, what it looks like, please give the video a thumbs up. It really, really helps my content be able to get out there. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching to the end. I appreciate you sticking around through my journey as an educator, because it's looked very different and it's going to continue to look different, and we're just going to find out together, but I'm excited. and I hope you are too. And I love you so much, as always, for watching. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll keep you updated, I promise.